Hello everybody, I'm Exosuit and welcome to round 2, game 3. Still the first match, ENSL, NSL, Season 1, European Division 5, Group B, Actioneers versus HaN, BouLayZ. I finally got the team names up on the top of the screen, so you can check that out, and I finally got a pink arrow, so you can check that out. 4 Marines to the right, 1 Marine to the left. We are on NS2 TeaM this time, shipping and warehouse hives, so finally no close spawns for either of these teams. A bit of respite from the heavy fighting they've been doing so far. Aliens have now checked server room, repair room, and elevator transfer. So, well, have they checked? Hello, there's trams are going in the... I've never seen those before. They're now checking elevator transfer, so now they know where the Marines are. The Marines still don't quite know where the aliens are, but they do know that they've killed 2 aliens so far and 3 aliens so far with 0 Marine losses. So nice job, first engagement by the Marines. Not too tough when you have 4 Marines to take out the skulks, but it can be kind of difficult when they come around and start chewing on you. Nailbry being attacked, and so the aliens capitalizing on the fact that 4 Marines are out of position to take down the IP, but thankfully the clam is here to deal with that. Wow, we don't have a commander. I guess commander was out of the chair doing something and he got killed. But their Marine base is safe for now. So we have 3 skulks walking along, coming through the center. They're going to intercept Clam before he can make it to repair room. They did drop a quick second hive here at repair room, and they have a gorge healing it up. It's at 68% health already, so it should be safe for Marine aggression for a while, seeing as the Marines are all the way over on the map in mezzanine. We have 4 extractors up by the Marines already, although we're going to go down to 3. Oh, big skulk pressure on this one. That's going to be difficult for the Marines to fix, except they do... instead of going up through into North Tunnels to hit Warehouse Hive, they've gone down here to hit Repair Room Hive, so now suddenly we have 4 Marines in the Hive. They're just going to shoot it down, and Aliens might need to come back, but Aliens aren't able to come back. They've lost 2 people here. Clam is like MVP of the match, took out some skulks or something down there, finally cleaned up by Lucille down the bottom, and also gets the Extractor, but the Alien's going to pay for this dearly. Their Hive is going to go down. I see no way for them to save this Hive in time, so quick second Hive does not work for the Aliens. Cannot help but think they would have maybe been better served dropping server room rather than repair room. It's kind of a wash. It's a bit farther for the Marines to go to server room, but the thing is that if the Marines claim elevator transfer or something, that's something to fight over, whereas over here, repair room, there's just logistics between you and the Marines, and you know the Marines are going to be fighting for logistics. Borg jumps out of the chair again to protect the base. We have 2 IPs for the Marines and an observatory and an armory, so it shouldn't be hard for them to defend themselves now that they've got beacon ready. And we have phase tech first by the Marines again, and although I shouldn't say again, because the people who went phase tech first in the last game were HaN BouLayZ team, and there we go. So fun trivia fact: while the clam gets parasited and bit once but not twice, the Actioneers, only 1 or 2 of them have played the first Natural Selection, so many of them are new to Natural Selection 2, whereas I believe all of HaN BouLayZ team are veterans of Natural Selection 1, and they're showing that by using their skulk skills to clean up these 2 Marines, although once the shotguns get onto the match, maybe this will turn things around. So still down to 2 extractors for the alien team. Oh man, that's just withering Marine fire. These skulks had very little chance. This is not a great place to attack down. It's sort of downhill, but aside from that, you don't get a lot of benefits for attacking. Let's look at... Whoop. I was going to look at that position, but now I'm in third person again, so let's just stay here. Well, I don't know what NoiseB was doing to Warp Chaser, but Warp Chaser just unloaded with this gun, and that's the end. So we have shotguns before Weapons 1, which means the Marines are going to be very dependent on their resources. Weapons 1 upgrades all your guns and makes them more powerful. 1 Skulk versus 3 Marines. So Skulks going in piecemeal, they're actually making it work for them, sort of, but would have been better if those 3 Skulks had just timed their attack a bit better. Instead of having the Marines down to very low health, they would have had the Marines maybe dead. But they are keeping the pressure up, but not keeping the Marines out. We'll have to see if they can get this extractor down before it's built. Whoa, Zill getting out with like 1 health. He's hiding. NoiseB sacrificing himself for the good of the team. 1 stray bullet would have killed Zill, so you saw he waited till he had a good chance to run from behind this to where... try unstuck. Borg, who's stuck? Where's the Marine stuck? He killed himself. Well, okay, that solves it. Let's see. So the Marines did manage to establish this extractor, and meanwhile the aliens have shifted focus. They've gotten a shift and celerity, so their scopes are going to be powerful. But like I was saying before, the Marines are going to be very dependent on their resources for their offensive power until at least Weapon 1 finishes, because shotguns you have to buy with personal resources, whereas the weapons upgrades for Marines, those work on everybody. So we have 2 skulks going to town on the extractor. We'll have to see if the Marines can turn this hive pressure into something. I'm not sure what they're trying to accomplish here. If they can shoot down the hive, that'll be GG. But if they don't shoot down the hive, we have a skulk chewing on this extractor, and skulks chewing on this extractor. So even if they kill this, the aliens have another 3 extractors hanging out, and maybe the Marines can drop a phase gate here, is the plan. This is a very popular phase location for the Marines to come in and attack the alien hive, so if they try that, maybe that'll work. They could be waiting for the res to do that. Oh man, extractor at 2% health, and Marines cleaned up, so that's no good for them. If the aliens find a gorge to heal that extractor, that'll be very good. But on the plus side, the Marines did save this extractor. Good job by Warp Tracer doing that. Hello, little tram. You're over on the side of the map, but I can't draw on you because you're outside the bounds. What's going on here? Oh, they're biting the power. That's interesting. This will be nice because this is a very large room, and to have the power down in a very large room gives you a wide area where your skulks are going to be powerful and do some good damage. Nice baiting by Zill here, going to get right behind and nail Bry into the room, and then Tagler's going to come behind, but they have shotguns, so that's going to be difficult for the aliens. And you see Nail Bry survives with just a tiny bit of health. Had this been right behind, he would have been dead, because that parasite would have been the last bit of damage that needs to take it. But instead, these Marines push in force, 4 of them, and final one, Warp Chaser, playing around with Noiseby back at this hive. Are the Marines going to see that the aliens have dropped server room? Yes, they're going to see that aliens have dropped server room. They're also going to see that this whip is completely destroying Warp Chaser along with Noiseby. So now the Marines have to choose where they want to get the pressure up. They've kept the power alive in here, and they've got some shotguns, so they're doing brutal damage to these skulks in this close quarters. It's going to be very difficult for the aliens to defend against this attack. They just need to hold out long enough for their second hive to finish, and then the momentum's really going to shift in their favor. And magic job by Magic Troll kills 3 of the Marines, including all the ones with the shotguns. If the Marines can't recover these shotguns, that's going to be pretty annoying for them. Is Magic Troll going to go for the 3rd? He does get a 4th kill. He gets a parasite in on the clam, so maybe he can come and kill. He's going to heal up a little tiny bit, and here comes Zill to reinforce him. So fantastic job by Magic Troll. He's 5-5 so far. That was a great fight for him, and Zill taking some good damage from the clam. Clam trying to hold out as best he can, and meanwhile, here's a phase gate for him. So if he can get this phase gate built before the skulks kill him, that's good. He's still parasited, so this is really dangerous. They should be able to see him. They can see your silhouette through the wall when you're parasited, like in sort of Left 4 Dead, which means they can see you swapping weapons, which means they can see you swap to your build tool to build that thing. So they should know he's building something. I don't know why they weren't more aggressive in moving in, but it looks like they're moving in before this thing gets up, and they're going to clean up the clam probably, unless these health drops from the commander are good enough. No, he's cleaned up, and that phase gate's dead too, so suddenly not looking so fantastic for the Marines. They got their advanced armor, they got their weapons won, they got their shotguns, but the skulks spreading out all over they're not the skulks, the aliens spreading out all over the base. We have Noiseby hiding up here. Can we see Noiseby? Nope, you're biting an extractor. Nope. Here we go. Noiseby hiding up on this thing, and here coming in, some skulk baiting it, and we got a parasite in on Nailbry, and Nailbry is now parasited, so it's going to be easy for the aliens to attack him if you want, but this is a long hallway, and that's a difficult thing for the aliens to attack down. Meanwhile, we have a fight going down here. Extractor does go down, so it looks like the aliens suicide charge that thing while assisting up this room, and they're going to do some great damage to those Marines, maybe even going to bite down the power. They're going to have to choose what they want to do. Elevator transfer claimed by the Marines, so they are putting their foot in the door, and they are saying, if you want to take server room, we are going to take elevator transfer. This is going to be a fight. You will never forget it. So the aliens say, what the fuck, man? We're just going to claim repair room. This is going to be our 3rd hive. We don't even have any upgrades. We just have celerity. We're going to drop 3 hives before we have shit on the map. We don't even have leap. I don't even need 2 hives before I get my 3rd hive. I'm going to get my 3rd hive. So it's just alien city around here. That's an interesting use of resources. I'm not sure I can see what they're going for. Maybe they're hoping the Marines are just going to keep the pressure up on this base, and then they'll leave the aliens alone here. But these Marines are too good for that. They're going to keep the pressure up on every part of the map that they can keep the pressure up. This hive is probably going to go down before the aliens can even defend it. Look on the map. We have a skulk coming in from the top, a skulk coming in from the right, but he's just going to hit Marine bases. Whips are not going to be able to grow to save the thing. The clam is just going to axe down this thing. They're going to shoot all these aliens who come in to defend it. This is going to be bad for the aliens if they lose this hive. Not going to be awful. They're still going to have a 2nd hive, so that's what they want in the first place, but this was a waste of 40 resources. You did not need to drop that hive. And now we have grenade launchers into the mix, and the repair room down. And so, yeah, don't know what the aliens were going for that. They were hoping to give the Marines too much stuff to pressure, but the Marines just stepped up their game. They're like, fine, we can pressure whatever you want us to. Interesting job attacking this extractor before the phase gate. I guess they figured it was hurt already, so let's put some res pressure on the Marines. Marines up to 3 extractors. Oh no, they axed down the alien thing. So the aliens were swimming in resources, which is one reason they went for that third hive before they even had their second finished. And now we do have Leap almost finished and a Crag Hive research, so that was only a momentary setback for the aliens. Nice job of Attack doing some wiggity, but he's dead now. And we have Blink started too. So yeah, aliens are swimming in resources. It's not a huge loss that they lost that third hive. It's just an interesting strategic choice that didn't work out for them at all. And NoiseB makes the right decision to retreat from that Marine, because he would have been killed otherwise. So we do have 2 hives up from the aliens, 2 thingies up from the Marines, 2 command chairs, 2 command stations. And let's take a look at the resources. 3 extractors for the Marines, 4 lost, 4 for the Marines and only 1 lost, or 4 for the aliens and only 1 lost. So aliens have been doing a great job claiming the map. The Marines have been keeping the pressure up on the hives and on the important rooms, but they haven't been keeping the pressure up on the extractors as much, and they're going to pay for that as the aliens get Blink and Leap and Crag Hive and Celerity, and who knows what else the aliens will get. And don't see any cysts here. I guess all that was just infestation from the hive, I suppose they were growing. So expect to see some alien commander cysts up through here when he's got some free time. But not so far. So we have welders started on the Marines. We've had level 1 weapons research, or level 1 armor research going for a while. They went for level 2 weapons before level any armor, so that's interesting. You see they want to get the damage done on these aliens. And oh, here goes the power again. They're going to weld this back up pretty soon, though, once they get welders. Oh, and it's dark, and the Marines are in big trouble because there's a fade again. Fade in the darkness. The commander drops a scan, and even that's not enough to save Nailbry. Yeah, a scan will help you in the dark, but it's just really tough. And finally, we got Blink completed, so that was just a Shadow Step fade in that fight. Now it's a serious Blink fade, and we have Spores started too. We also have Carapace up. Interesting to see Spores started. Maybe Adrenaline started somewhere, and it just doesn't show up on my thing, but the alien should really be going for Adrenaline so that this fade can blink around with Abandon. They want to get this Harvester down, but this Skulk is in big trouble. Tagley trying to get all the bites in that he can't do, and ring around Rotary with the Clam does finally kill the Extractor, and Ashley goes for the Clam as a victory lap, but that's not happening. It's Marine City down here. And look, it's Skulks in the Marine base. They can probably take down this phase gate. This is why Marines got welders, I'm assuming, so that they can keep their phases alive. But they're not going to keep their phases alive. The Skulks are jumping around like babies on crack. What are you going to do? Are you going to kill the Skulks before they kill your phase gate? They only have a couple bites on the phase gate, but the Skulks are going for the Marines. Maybe should have gone for the phase gates. Would potentially have gotten it. But the problem with biting a phase gate here, which is up against a wall, is that you only have a few limited angles of attack. And even if you climb up on the wall, you do have to crowd around the phase gate, and that just gives the Marines an easy target to shoot at, and you die pretty fast, especially now that we have level 2 weapons for the Marines. So the Skulks just tried to fight it out and kill the Marines, then bite on the phase gate, which was maybe the right choice. But there was just too many Marines. There was a 3rd Marine that phased through, and that took the Skulks down. So there you go. Nice fighting, find these Skulks in this red room, but between the health drops from the commander and the flashlights from the Marines, it looks like they won't have it. And here's Magic Troll. Will he do a repeat of that time he killed 3 people? No, he won't. He will get shot, is what will happen. Marine Commander Borg is 5-1 for kills, so that's a very good kill-death ratio. And actually, Valsk is 16-4. That's a 4-1 kill-death ratio. Let's look at these other people. Alien kill-death ratio is not so high, except for Magic Troll, who's at 12-9, and here's the Fade. Hello, Mr. Fade. Blinking around. Could have killed Warp Chaser, but he doesn't know, so he's got to get out of there anyways. And Alien Extractor going down. Still aliens at 5 extractors, Marines up to 4, so getting resource parity. Here, Marines still have 593 resources total collected compared to 527 for the aliens, and we have we have jetpacks and armor 2 research from the Marines, so there, and exos. So interesting to see ACT going for exos and JPs in this game, both, instead of focusing on one or the other. But we do have this stuff coming up just as the lurks come up, so these jetpacks and these lurks are going to be evenly matched or whatever. Maybe they won't be. We'll have to find out how well the Marines shoot. And Fade cleaning up. So this Fade is being a thorn in the Marine side, but they're not... Oh, well, this is down. Of course it's down. The power's even down. I was going to say they're not capitalizing it by getting the extractors, but they are, actually. And these lurks trying to desperately save this extractor, but no, the shotguns really get them down. This is dangerous. Oh, man. Luciole and NoiseB, in the space of a few seconds, 2 lurks fly in, get shotgunned to death, all to try to save the extractor, which does not happen. And that's unfortunate. Probably the ceiling height here is a little too low to get over Marines that can jetpack and So that's two lurks down for the aliens. That's bad news. Look, it's Whips. Whips actually doing fairly well against these Marines, but not anymore. They could actually bat those grenades back if I there. So we have 2 Marines landed on the hive. Actually, 1 landed on the hive, 1 landed under the hive. Not sure I agree with growing these crags right here where the Marines can see them, because alien buildings start growing at 0 health and then just go up from there. So Luciel trying to do his leaping skulk thing actually gets, ooh, nice job, gets the clam. He was being a little cocky hanging out there on top of the hive. Hive's down to 40%. I'm not sure Valsk is going to be able to kill it before these crags are grown. They start healing, and now there's a lurk here, so he should be fine. But oh no, we have explosions from the grenade launchers, but the Whips are maybe batting the grenade launchers back. It's hard to tell. I guess he's dead, whoever had the grenade launcher. No, the clam has a grenade. Well, maybe he's dead who had the grenade launcher. I wasn't watching quite close enough, but the lurks clean this up. So the alien hive is safe for now. 43% at the server room hive, but it should be healed up to full if the crags have enough time. We have level 3 armor research started for the Marines, and level 2 minigun, or 2 double dual exosuit minigun started for the Marines, so they might just do a tech switch on these aliens and surprise them with exosuits out of nowhere, because the aliens have been using lurks to fight these jetpacks so far. Although, to be fair, the Marines have been doing quite well with jetpacks and lurks, so it's really just this Fade over on the left that's been giving them trouble. Not sure this is the greatest use of the Fade. They've been keeping the Marines out of this room, but the Marines don't really want this room. The Marines want this room, and specifically to keep this extractor down. And that's what the Marines have been doing, because once they get control of this room and keep this extractor down, looks like we did lose a lurk here if I was watching closely enough. Hey, look, this draws too. Because if the Marines take this place and establish a foothold, then they just have to come in through here into this hive and start destroying server room. But no, the aliens have an ulterior motive. The Fade has been over here the entire time because they are dropping repair room hive, and while the Marines are busy thinking, oh, there's a Fade over there, so let's just fight him every once in a while, but mostly let's just keep the pressure up on server room, while the Marines are busy thinking about that. Awesome job by these skulks, by the way, with almost no health. They're leaping around like crazy monkeys, and the Marines also have to deal with jetpacks. Good job by the lurk getting some poison gas in here. That's really annoying for the Marines in these little corridors. Even if you can jetpack, you can't get out of the poison gas. So nice job by the skulks holding those Marines off with only leap and celerity. And now we have a gorge clogging up this entrance, so we'll have to see if that is enough to keep the, whoops, wrong button, to keep the Marines out of this hive. That's going to be actually very difficult for the Marines to get through. Look at all this poison gas. Especially the thing to think about is that this poison gas doesn't just hurt the Marines and poison them. Oh, nice grenade hit. It's very hard for these Marines to see through this poison gas, and it's not transparent like it is on our screen. So that just makes it, oh, Luciel the Gorge is dead. That just makes it very difficult for the Marines to fight, and this is looking really good. That's, here's Taglu. Where's the Fade, by the way? Fade is dead. Man, it's hard to watch all the stuff that's going on, so I guess Fade was either over here and got killed. Oh wait, no, is Luciel the Fade? No, Luciel's not the Fade. Yeah, well, the Marines, while they keep this crazy pressure up on server room, repair room is 51% grown. We did have this, what is going on? Stuff blowing up, whips batting back the grenades exploding, 8 Marines, or 1 Marine being chased by like 20 aliens. He's finally dead. That was a crazy fight. The jig is up though. Nailbry, I don't know how long he's been here, but he sees the hive, and the aliens know the jig is up, so they are fighting. This crag was being shot by Nailbry. Very nice job by Nailbry killing these skulks. Can he defend himself from Taglu though? Taglu's in really close. This looks bad for Nailbry. Bad. Oh, almost gets the pistol shot in, but dies. EMP started. What the motherfuck? EMP is a skill for the MAX, the mobile automated constructors that the Marines can build out of the, look at this, okay, out of the Robo Factory. If you trigger the EMP on the MAX as the commander, it'll wipe out alien energy around the MAX. So if you drive it next to like Fade or something, then you hit the EMP, the Fade won't be able to blink away. If you drive it next to a Crag and EMP, the Crag won't be able to do its special, or no, I guess the Crag doesn't have energy. The special heal thing is triggered by the alien commander. But yeah, I'm not sure why they're getting that. We'll have to see what they do with that. The commander clearly has some sort of plan. HR Borg has some devious use for EMP Max to go. These Marines are not having a fun time fighting in this place where the power is down. They're just getting parasited. These skulks are leaping in. They're killing them one by one. For every skulk they kill, there's 2 more to replace them. Nice job by Luciel cleaning up the rest of these Marines. Nice weaving. It's been making it very tough for the Clam to hit him, and now there's 2 skulks here, so he's screwed, even though he does get the reload off before he's bit to death. Look at this. Look at this. Clam lasts forever, so those skulks having some real trouble cleaning up. But now we have a 3 hive alien team all set up, good to go. The Marines, not much in their forward base. The power is down really low, 2%, so the aliens just have to come in and bite this when they want to take this base down. So aliens know what they're doing when they're attacking Marines. That's a good strategy. Right there, Warp Chaser staying alive, killing Noiseby, killing Taglu, although that was Valsk who got the kill on Taglu, and wow, if I did not think Zill would be able to kill a Marine with this withering crossfire, but that happened. So now we have a single minigun exosuit. That's an interesting choice. Why would you ever buy that when you have dual exo miniguns research? It's because you don't have the resources, but we should do a resource check. 3 for the 3 towers for the 3 extractors for the Marines, 5 for the aliens, so aliens doing pretty well there, and they've captured basically the same amount of resources through the entire match. That's interesting. So the minigun exo has been revealed to the aliens. They know it is here, and now the question is, what do they do about it? Taglu applying some pressure to the Marine base. What's he going to go for? Can't make up his mind. Goes for the observatory. Did not know to go over this thing. I guess he didn't want to do that. Cleaned up almost immediately by these Marines back at base. I guess maybe he got EMP for these things because he was planning to do a Mac train on the Exo. Just tell all these Macs to repair the Exo and keep it alive. Aliens cleaning this base up. That's going to be a problem for the Marines. They're phasing though. This is the more important fight, I think, to watch, even though the Exos might be pretty entertaining over and left. And 2 jetpackers, Warp Chaser cleaning up both these skulks. So now we can go back into this hive. This hive has a crap ton of stuff set up, but will it be enough to protect it from the Exos? Only 1 Exo, and these whips go into town on Nailbride. Nailbride might go down to the whips. That would be pretty amusing, but he pulls out of there in time. We have the Max coming up to repair, but the Exo's not even hurt yet. Exo is just going to destroy these buildings when it gets a chance. Only 1 minigun, though. Oh, they're repairing the power. Isn't that cute? Because they do things on their own. If you don't order them, even if you order them, the Macs are kind of, they have a mind of their own. Aliens decide to, let's just kill these things, and then maybe not, and then what's going on, and then we have a scan going down because the commander realized, oh, this stuff is cloaked. Exo still getting some damage in on the whips, but those are 100% mature whips. They just won't die. Now they're whipping for real. That whip is finally dead. Are the aliens defending this? The aliens attacking this point. We got an alien over here. I don't know what Lucille is doing, and will they be able to hold this hive? They have 3 Crags. 1 Exo is not a lot of Exos, but he does have very good Marine backup, particularly from jetpackers. And the Max, all the Max are dead but 1, and so the Exo is hurt, but it's still being welded by at least the Clam. This Mac is like, I'm gonna focus the power, and maybe not the greatest choice. Zill coming in from behind, cleaning up the things, cleaning up the Marines. This Exo could go down. Mac is still deciding to heal the power. Thanks, Mac. Thanks, buddy. Oh, look, is the power back yet? Did you fix it? It's tough to tell. It looks like the power's still down, but the commander retasks the Mac with killing the Exo. That's the right choice. This Exo is hard to kill, but Skulks are the right choice for it. They are cheap and powerful and hard for the Exo to hit. He's killing them, but not enough. They decide, let's get the Clam. This guy's healing him up. If they can just get the Clam, that would at least get the jetpack. It's all the Skulks jumping around. Look at this, going crazy. Finally, Clam is down, so now there's just the Mac healing right behind, and he knows he's in trouble. These Marines need to come up and save him, otherwise the Skulks are good. Oh, and the Exo is down, so that, my friends, is David versus Goliath, except David is aliens, and he's like 12 aliens, and Goliath is an exosuit. And meanwhile, aliens tried to take this out with some sort of whip assist action, but the Marines are too smart for that. They're in here cleaning up the assist. So, failed Marine assault on the left, but did keep the pressure up on the aliens. Failed alien assault on the right, but were able to repel the assault from Marines. We have flamethrower research started. This is looking to be another epic game. I don't know what this Max plan is. It's like, I'm gonna help you, Valsk, and Valsk is just like, I'm jetpacking around, I'm trying to stay alive, and the Max like, let me heal you. I will repair you. And now we have a dual exosuit. This is what you should have done in the first place, right behind. This is good stuff. You got the goodies, but don't go too far without teammates. Luckily for him, there's no aliens around. But as soon as the aliens find out what's up, they're going to realize they need to kill this dual exosuit minigun. Dual minigun exosuit. Dual exosuit would be interesting. Try and control 2 of those at once. Maybe if you had a dual analog controller, you could use 1 thumbstick for each of them, and then the D-pad on the left would maybe be movement for 1, and then you would have to use, like, I don't know, tilt controls to aim with the other. And here we have an Exo versus an Onos fight, and the Onos is not going to charge in and attack the Exo. That would be stupid. Magic Troll caught by the dual miniguns, unfortunately trying to pick off his Marine support, but that wasn't happening. Maybe they researched Arc or Mac EMP on accident. I'm still confused why they got that. But we have a cloaked Onos right around the corner, and oh, shooting right above the head of the Onos, now shooting him a bit, decloaking him. So the Exo knows what's up. He's like, I'm not going in there. I can shoot the stuff from out here, but the stuff you're shooting is just mostly getting healed. You can kill the egg though. And the Onos is like, I'm going for it, I'm going, never mind. You need a Gorge, buddy. You need a Gorge with Biobomb, and the aliens have not researched Biobomb yet. This might be a problem. We have 2 Exosuits here. This is going to be a big problem. Biobomb research started just now as I say it. We got some psychic aliens here, or no, I'm the psychic one. I predicted it. The aliens heard me. They're like, yeah, Tycho's right. But yeah, we have, if you look on the mini-map, I don't want to look over right now, the mini-map on the right sees the Marine base on the attack, under attack on the right, but the Onos goes down. Let's look at the Marine base, by the way, just some skulks. Are they going to take repair room down? This hive is in big trouble. 2 Exos firing at the hive are not going to have an awful time killing it, even though it's probably at 100% maturity by now. The Exos could just fire at each other's feet. They got a couple Max. The Max decided to bring the power back online. Oh, you silly little robots. You're like R2-D2 if R2-D2 had brain damage. But, well, the Exo's really keeping the fire on this, but we have a crag up here on top of the hive. That's a nice little place to put things. That might have been by... well, we'll have to take a look where that crag is, actually. But, we have crags all up in this thing, and that's really going to give the hive some survivability, but not enough. It's down to 60, down to 58, 55, 54, 53. I don't need to call out those numbers. You can read those with your own 2 eyes. And Marines not giving it up. They are keeping this base here, so good job there, killing these Cisks. Alien commanders should think about dropping some bone walls. Whenever these Exos retreat, just stick a bone wall up, give you another like 5 seconds for the hive to heal. Although the hive is 53, 54, the hive health is going up. So yeah, alien commanders should really consider some bone walls to retard the movement of these Marine teams. Otherwise, they're just going to walk in and destroy everything. Looks like the Marine momentum is on their side, and they're also, even Borg, even the commander is out of the comm chair. Every Marine is in the fight here to hold one base while attacking another base simultaneously. All 6 people into the fight. Alien commander, I could maybe hop out of the hive also, because there's not much for him to do in the hive if he's not going to drop bone walls. Maybe he's trying to assist up into here and do some stuff. But Fade is still keeping pressure over here, but we've been watching this hive fight. The hive is at 93% health. This is ridiculous. This repair hive is up and down and up and down and up and down, and Exosuit is down thanks to the Onos. Second Exosuit, maybe not going to go down so easily because there's these Max everywhere. Whoa, big mistake by Magic Troll charging in here. He's like, I killed an Exosuit, I can do it again. But no, you totally can't do it again. You're going to get destroyed. Destroyed and then pushed around. The Exosuit just punches you up when you're dead. So that was exciting. Finally have a Gorge here with Biobomb. Oh no, if only the Gorge were here when the Onos were here. The Gorge doing some good dodging, but Noise Bee's going to be taken out. Man, that Biobomb would have been perfect. It would have wiped out all these Max. Finally some bone walls. Would have wiped out all these Max. Then Biobomb could have gone to town on the Exos. Plus he could have healed. I hit the screenshot button again. Plus he could have healed the Onos. Instead, we just have to rely on these Crags, which are going down. But maybe aliens can still save the hive. We'll have to see. Well, here's a second Exo showing up again. The Mac is building the armory. Looks like Marines are going to make this attack work for them. It has been a long, hard fight for them. Here's a bone wall. It also blocks shots. It's not perfect. Sometimes if the hive is big enough that the Exos can just fire over the hive, or over the bone wall, but bone wall can be good for blocking Marines firing at their hive, especially if they're far, far away. Just drop a bone wall and grab a few more seconds of life for your hive. This hive is still at 86% health. The Marines just can't get the concentrated firepower on it, but really it's just a matter of time till the Marines do get the firepower on it. Aliens encroaching with infestation here, but not much else. They don't have any eggs to spawn in. Whenever they spawn, they're immediately killed. Noise Bee is actually not immediately killed, but killed. And now the hive's down to 55%. Marines just unloading on it. They're killing the Crags. Once the Crags go down, it's going to be the end. Lucille trying to find some way to attack. Actually getting some good damage in on this Exo. See how much damage Skulks do to Exos, but the Max are here to repair. So this hive is going down, down, down. Check it out. Check it out. I'm calling this. It's finally going down. Oh, and I love those spastic death throws of the hive. They're going to make sushi out of this tonight. I'm just kidding, it disappears immediately. If only you could make hive sushi. That would be excellent. So, will anything stop the dual exo train of death? Certainly not the infestation, even though it's growing everywhere, and we have a nice little egg hiding out here, ready to spawn an alien. But, yeah, now we have a double exo train of death coming into the alien hive. Will they be able to stop it? They've been rushing Marines. Start, I guess, with a fade and a gorge. There's just too much stuff to pay attention to in this game. Sorry, I should have been switching back and forth a bit more. Nice bio bombs by Taglu. And wow, this forces the commander out. That might not be the right decision. Now he cannot beacon. Trying to chase off the fade, and he kills the gorge on his own. That's interesting. Get somebody in the chair, though, or get somebody with a welder and repair this fade. Does not know how close the Marines are to total destruction. I mean, not total destruction, obviously. They could just hop in this chair, or somebody else spawn and hop in this chair. But good damage to the Marine base by that gorge. And they got down the phase gate, too, somehow. I wasn't paying attention to that. There's the phase back up. Exo walked back to base. What about the other Exo? He's here, so... wow, now we have to watch 2 Exos, in addition to everything. So, I'm not sure what right behind's gonna do. He's gonna keep shooting here. Any alien that walks there is screwed, but, he's scared about a cloaked Onos coming in here and killing him. But surprise, the cloaked Onos is not gonna do that. It's the uncloaked Onos walking here, but he's gonna be spotted by the clam. He's like, yeah, do you see me? Do you see me? And then the clam's like, oh, where did you come from? You're an Onos. And he's just got an assault rifle, so he's not going to be able to kill Lucille before he gets the phase gate, but you know who is going to kill Lucille? The dual minigun Exo, and now the Sculpt comes in to try and save things, but that's not happening. The Max are getting destroyed, but Magic Trolls killing those is not enough to make up for the dead Onos. Meanwhile, other Exo, where are you? Still at base. I guess the Marines decided we're defending base from this fade. They want to catch the fade with the Exo, so... Aliens have their chance when the Exos are split up, but they didn't make that Onos work for them. They have a ton of... both teams have so much team resources. They could... Man, let's see what they do with this. This is nuts. The aliens could drop this hive the second they get a foothold in this room, or even if they clear this out, they could drop this hive. Looks like here comes the Exo trying to catch the fade. If the fade won't come to you, you come to the fade, as they say. That classic proverb. If you can't get the fades, go make a fades. Nothing rhymes with it. Lots of stuff probably rhymes with fades, but I can't think of it right now. Fades, lades, maids rhyme with fades. If you cannot find the fades, you better hire some maids. That doesn't make a lot of sense. This is fun. He's blinking all around. Is he gonna get killed? No, he's not gonna get killed. Okay, that's exciting. Meanwhile, right behind has been really getting to know this corner. This is like his favorite corner, I think. Right behind, if you had to make a list of your top 10 corners, probably number 1 through 3 would be this corner. 4 through 6 would probably be this corner. And then, you know, right behind's a rebel. This would be also one of his favorite corners, even though it heads right into a vent. It would still be one of his favorite corners. That's just how he rolls. I don't know that actually. Sentry guns, what in the world? Don't build sentry guns. I mean, I guess if you have literally, like, infinite resources. Okay, literally, no. Oh, no, Techno's dead. Some nice bio bombs. Kill the Mac. Oh, uh-oh, right behind is in trouble. He is deep within enemy territory with 0 Mac support. All the Skulks have to do is keep biting him. He's at less than half health. Is Val's gonna get there on his repair mission in time? Yes, he will, but he didn't bring a welder, so he's like, BRB, buddy. Yeah, okay, if 6-1 Nun and Tabglue can just run in and chew on this. Oh, that didn't work. Run in and chew on this. This might be the end of this Exo. That's not good for the Marines. We'll just watch the kill messages to see how that works. And meanwhile, we have a fight. No, that's not a fight. That's just a ganging up. Oh, almost dead. A Mac arrives just in time. Oh, aliens not able to seize his chance. Could have gotten that dual minigun Exo down, but not enough Skulks, not enough time. They're trying a repeat of it here, but here the Clam has a welder, and so this is going to be down for the alien, going to bring both teams down to 4 extractors. Aliens haven't lost a lot of extractors this match, so they're doing pretty well resource-wise, and he has to back up a bit so his bullets don't all go past, but they're still going past. So, meanwhile, up here, I guess, maybe, hopefully Valska's brought a welder this time, but at least there's a Mac here, too, right behind, healed up. Aliens are slowly crumbling. under the influence of these exosuits. They got one kill a while ago with their Onos, but then they threw their Onos away against that second Exo, and since then they have just had zero luck killing these Exos. They had a few close calls, but these Marines are using the Exos as their doom trains. So it looks like the aliens are probably going to be pushed back and eventually destroyed. You're missing the assist with all your shots. Your bullets are just going pew, pew! And you can't step on it either, so there you go. That's the... Oh, it's a Hydra, not assist. Okay. Hydras are the only alien buildings that do not die when the infestation recedes away from them. Command station taking damage? Oh no, it's a naughty skulk, and oh no, it's a naughty gorge, bile-bombing. That's actually doing some serious damage, especially to the mech. Which is trying to... Oh man, this thing's dead. This thing's almost dead. If this gorge were not, like, alone... Oh, he got the, that was an observatory, not a mech. If this gorge were not alone, if he had maybe more Fade support, this would have been a really good attack on the Marine base. But instead, the Fade just gets destroyed because the gorge is gone and not distracting anybody. So if this mech... Oh man! Valsky perhaps gonna sacrifice his life trying to weld up... now definitely gonna sacrifice his life trying to weld up the Exo if this almost... Oh no, 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 don't die, Noiseby. You gotta get out of there. And, oh, Vals does sacrifice his life trying to weld up the Exo. The Mac is dead too. The Mac also sacrifices his robotic digital life. Now the question is Noiseby gonna heal up fast enough to go chase the Exo down? This is dangerous for Noiseby because he doesn't want to go down these long open corridors, but he knows the Exo's hurt. He knows the Exo has no support. He's charging in the Exo, Noiseby versus Exo. Exo destroyed. Double Exo down. So now, can the aliens turn this into the momentum they need to take this game back? I hope whatever happens, it happens soon, because my voice is giving out after all of these casts, all of these matches. They're so long. Look at this Fade. Fade has got to be a hero. He's only got 25 kills and 21 deaths, so I guess he hasn't been around the entire time. Noisebee's kill-death ratio could use some work, 9 and 30. I hope you've been doing some helpful things. 12 and 34, so the 18 and 31, these aliens have just been dying left and right, and of course kill-death ratio does not actually matter in Natural Selection 2. The enemy team does not get any resources for killing you, so obviously being dead is bad because you don't earn... Well, I shouldn't say obviously. Being dead is bad because you don't earn personal resources while you're waiting to respawn, so it's good to be as alive as much as possible, but aside from that, aside from the obvious being dead you can't fight thing, you can't help your team, aside from that, Fade versus Mac. I think I'll call that one for the Fade. Aside from the obvious badness of being dead, and aside from not earning personal resources, there's not much need to worry about your kill-death ratio. So if aliens can throw themselves away on the Marines, then go ahead. So, Fade and Onos trying to kill the Exo. If Clam goes down, that would look really bad. Clam's still alive. And now we have another Exo over here, so I like this sort of dual Exo pressure strategy from the Marines, especially while the aliens aren't able to get critical mass it takes to kill them. But now Clam is dead, and we might see a repeat of the last time it was an Exo versus an Onos on the left. But this time with a Fade in the mix, things could look really bad. Noiseby was cloaked the entire time, manages to sneak up on the Exo. Maybe I should stop drawing on the screen like an idiot. This is a closer fight. Who's going to win? The Exo overheats, critically overheats at the last moment, and Noiseby is able to kill it with not too much trouble. So remember, infinite ammo doesn't mean continually firing. It does mean kill alert. Because poor little Lurk. Oh look, it's a bone wall. Love seeing the bone wall, because it looks cool. It's like, what's up, I'm a bone wall, and the Marines are like, ah! It looks like it should hurt, and certainly probably new players are like, oh my god, I almost got hit by the spikes. It's a good thing I dodged those, but no, the bone wall doesn't hurt anybody. It's a harmless wall of massive spikes, which really just serves to block people and scare the crap out of them, as this cloaked Onos is most likely going to scare the crap out of the Marines. He's hiding behind a thing, but it doesn't matter because he's cloaked, and here he goes! It's the cloaked Onos, but Nailbry is still alive. He's gonna get some crucial damage. Oh no, it's another Exosuit! Wow, so Noiseby has to get out of there. Surprised he's gonna live. He lives. The Fade goes in. Fade not gonna do anything. Fade almost dies. Fade doesn't die. We have an arms lab going down in Marine. What the fuck is going on? This is nuts. There's a gorge bile-bombing everything in Marine base. These two Exos are there. They cannot be recalled, of course, by an beacon, but it looks like this attack is cleaned up. That's a crowded Marine base. Bile-bombs doing some stuff. The Clam dies up here to the Fade. And 6-1 none, I guess, or maybe Clam died over on the right to a fade. Wow, that's a way to blink out of there. You have no health, so you got to go out the back way. Taglo sacrificing himself, Magic Troll sacrificing himself, but he's not dead yet. Wow, second Magic Troll getting some nice chomps in on these things. Lucille getting some nice chomps in on these things. These Exos are now really hurt, and the only one who can heal them up is Nailbry, who's in here dueling with the Onos. But now he's healing them up, so this is a critical time. If the aliens, 2 of them pop, 2 Skulks pop, if they can get in here and kill these up before Nailbry is able to heal the Exos, that would be excellent. Otherwise, we have a fade going to town on this Marine base over on the right. So are the Marine Exos going to get healed up, or are the aliens going to attack them before then? Aliens devoting more and more resources to the right-hand side of the map, perhaps feeling sort of powerless in the face of these Exos, and now they are almost all healed up. But they had a chance there. Instead, they feel like they're going to get this Marine base and maybe trade bases if their hive goes down. That would be bad. Nailbry does go down, though. That's a big deal for the Marines, but they have another reinforcer come out. The Clam's going to be able to heal these Exos. You see how critical it is for the Exos to rely on support by their teammates. They cannot just walk in and kill everything. Meanwhile, this attack over on the right, command station down. They've got this being, it's not even being built. This needs 1 Mac in here to solve every problem the Marines have, but they just don't even have the manpower to build stuff right now. Everyone's busy in the attacks or in the defenses, and oh, don't run in. Oh no, so you got some damage on it, but you're gonna die. Oh, good damage on this thing, but the Clam gonna repair that. Oh, these, be careful, Lurk. You don't have a lot of health. You're just a bat. So it looks like the Marines are probably going to be able to be fine. They did lose this space, but I don't know what Tag was doing. He's waiting for his chance to Bile Bomb, but he's, unless he can spit down Warp Chaser, he's suicide Bile Bombing. Yeah, for the hive. But that's not happening. So now that their Onos is down, they have a Lurk and a Fade. Probably not going to be enough versus dual Exos and a Welder. Maybe with some good, if they kill the guy who's welding it, maybe they can get some good Skulk hits in. Oh, Bile Bomb could do it. Noiseby replacing his Onos with Bile Bomb, and potentially more damaging to Bile Bomb an Exo than to hit it with an Onos. Obviously the Onos does more damage, but the Bile Bomb can be done sometimes from a safer location, and you don't have to go all in to Bile Bomb the way you have to go all in to attack with an Onos. And if you can lob them right into those Exos, then it's just a constant stream of damage that forces the Marine to constantly be healing them instead of fighting, which means maybe sometimes you can kill the Marine. And look, Taglo comes from behind, look, gets about half the damage on that Exo, gets through 2/3 the damage on that Exo, more like half. Oh, but a Mac is here, so that's unfortunate. That could be bad for the aliens. And the Marines have, as I said, reclaimed this entire base, and they do have a Mac there, and they also have a Mac here, so they've reclaimed that base, so now it looks like the aliens are going to be seriously pushed in. It looked like they could maybe come back. Things were looking pretty good when they fought down in the down an elevator transfer and got that down, and then we're maybe going to take these Exos out, but they weren't able to really take the Exos down. Maybe going to get them now. It might be too little too late, though. There's just so many Macs here that I don't know if the Bile Bomb's going to be enough. So they needed either Bile Bombs earlier or just to go in at the right times, and obviously it's so hard to know when to attack as an alien against the Exos or when to attack against an Onos as the Marines. Like, we're sitting up here with all our health bars and we can decide when they should have attacked and defended, but for the players it's a very difficult decision to make. What do we got over here? Just a guy axing an extractor. It's a very difficult decision for the players to make, so no badness on the aliens not getting that done, but Bile Bomb would have been quite helpful. Remember, they only researched Bile Bomb after I said, like, they should totally research Bile Bomb, so it would have been nice to have it earlier. Nice damage from the Bile Bombs killing these Macs, but there's a lot of Marines here. The spores are pretty damaging, but oh no, Lurk runs into another, or not another Exosuit, is just firing down the line. What is going on? This is complete chaos. We have Nailbray dead, but Magic Troll is dead. The Lurk is down somehow. They're biting down the phase gate. This will be crucial for cutting off the Exos reinforcements. The Fade's like, hello, you can't kill my buddy. Killing that phase gate. The Gorge is like, I can help. Oh no, I can't. Trying to belly slide out. Yes, Gorge. Noiseby belly slides to victory. And by victory, I mean not complete death. And this Exo is going to go down, I think. If the Skulk especially can, it's going to overheat even. Nope, the Clam's going to heal it up, and now we have a Max. So good job by the Marines, always coming in time to save these things. And it's a flamethrower too. That's going to hurt Fade. If they can set the Gorge on fire, that'll like have the amount of Bile Bombs it can throw. Until then, that Mac is dead. Poor Mac's drawn like like a fish to a bait by any damaged buildings. They'll just cluster around it, and then the Gorge can biobomb them to death. That's a sad, sad tale. And we have a Skulk sneaking into the Marine base, another Skulk sneaking in, so they're going for some base rush action. We'll have to watch that on the mini-map, how that goes down. What's going down back here? A flamethrower, ridiculous fight going on, everything's on fire. The Exos are just spraying madly. He's turning on his flashlight. He's like, what's up? This base attack got cleaned up. Yeah, good job, Gorgie. Oh, Gorgie's dead. Good night, sweet prince. We knew thee well. Or we didn't know thee well, or whatever. Is the Fade dead? Fade gets killed. Poor Fade. So we have a Gorge down, a Fade down. This is just the hallway of death for aliens. This is a wonderful place for the Exos to be. They have this crate to hide behind. They can have some Marines up here. They can have this armory, I guess. This is maybe not the best place for the armory and the Fades because the Gorge can just biobomb it, but long sight lines here and long sight lines here mean once you attack once any aliens attack any Marines here, their only retreat options are here, and you're potentially just going to die because the Marines can fire down both those corridors, no problem. So, whip. Getting those grenades back, tough to tell. We do have another attack going on over here. They might actually get this phase gate down, so that would be bad for the Marines, but no, Valsk faces through. Magic Troll versus Warp Chaser. Magic Troll takes the kill. And Marines slowly but surely pushing forward. They've got their armory all set up. They've got their dual Exos. They've got some max. The phase gate's not even built. The phase gate is built. It's weird. It looks like it's not finished. Maybe there's no power? I don't know. Maybe this is the power for that room, perhaps. I think actually that's what's happening. Wow, and we have an arc. And a second arc. Oh, but Lucio is biting the arc down. Lucio gonna get one of the arcs. One of the arcs is dead. Taglu is here also, gonna come from behind. This might be bad if they clean up Naildry, although I think this Exo's gonna be fine with all these Max around. They need to biobomb to clean up these Max, otherwise the Exo's just gonna be invincible, and Alien's gonna die. And there goes an Alien Extractor. So Marines sitting on 7 Extractors, Aliens sitting on 3, so the Marines are really gonna starve the Aliens of resources and just roll in with all their nice toys. They have flamethrowers, they have Exos, they have arcs, they have Max. I think the Marines have this in the bag now. The Aliens have that chance to break out, but no, they don't. And these arcs have a perfect location to set up. The Marines are in this corridor already, and so they can defend these arcs without too much trouble, and it's a very close distance for these arcs to shoot through the wall, kill all the alien buildings. Meanwhile, grenade launchers going on. Fade is dead, Celerity Spur is dead, Magic Troll is dead, Zill is dead, Harvester is dead, Crags are dead, Hive is going to be dead. This is going to be GG for the aliens. So excellent job by the Actioneers. This will bring it 2-1 for them, assuming the aliens don't come back, which I doubt they can. And what happens if... So it might end up being a tie, and what you want to do is you just want to win as many of your matches as possible in this thing, because you get points for each match. And I don't know how this overall bracket thing works, but the ENSL is well run by smart people. I am just a caster / referee, and my job is just to watch the games and enjoy them, and that's all your job is to... Look, it's sentry turrets. And HaN calls GG. Hope you enjoyed this match.